Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It is the first day of June 2026. You're listening to Dixon and Vining at Talk 99.5, talk995.com, now on YouTube at Real Talk 995 TV. And we welcome you in this morning. Glad that you're here. We've got a little bit of sunshine out there this morning, but do not put away your umbrella. You may need it a little later on today. We're looking at partly cloudy skies this morning and a 70% chance of rain somewhere. The window now is about 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. Today's high 88, partly cloudy. Tuesday, 30% chance of rain, 87 the high. Then it looks like we're going to clear out some. We're going to get those chances of rain that are almost to the 0 percentage for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So that could be some dry out days there. We've had plenty of rain. We know that our creeks and rivers and everything else look good right now. I know we were kind of in a deficit, but hopefully we've made up quite a bit in the last couple of weeks with all this rain. And hope everybody had a good weekend. No Steve West today. We've got John Bird in producing this morning, so things shuffled up just a little bit for today. It's just for today. So thank you, John Bird, for being in. We appreciate you very much.
So far, he's been producing a lot of mistakes. That's what he's been producing. Okay, that's what
doing my best, man. Come
yeah,
on.
He's doing
and
his best.
that's what I'm really concerned about. But
Oh,
this
my-
is your best. This is the.
That's sixth. You're way behind.
You're right.
You be nice.
I've been kinder than usual this morning. I don't know. I'm off my game.
Yeah, what is it?
I got to
It's
step
Monday.
up. I got to
That's
step
what
up,
it
man.
is.
Really, if I don't make John Bird cry at least twice every show, I feel
not doing
somehow
it right?
I'm empty. I feel empty inside.
I'm getting close.
He's almost at the point of tears. 807 with Dixon and Vining Flips. His furniture is at 1811 Crestwood Boulevard in Irondale. And they, of course, are also on Highway 31 in Hoover, right across from the Galleria. They got a lovely place right there next to 2nd and Charles. You can visit either store. You're going to notice right off the bat they're not the same store. They're different stores in each location. And that is because the Hoover store tends to be more Hoover-centric, and the Irondale store seems to be kind of for everybody else, you know? I mean, not to say that if you're from Hoover you can't shop at the Irondale store, but it does have something to fit every kind of decor. If you live in the Leeds or the Irondale area, you might live in a much older home, and it calls for a certain kind of furniture, you know? If you live in Hoover, chances are good you live in a certain kind of home that calls for a certain kind of furniture. So they split it up that way. At both locations, you get that fabulous white glove delivery. It costs a little extra. It's worth every penny. Get it. Get it. I'm telling you right now, get it. You can get 12 months same as cash as well. And usually when they have a sale of any kind, it happens at both locations. So I ask about their lovely Southern Motion recliners, which are on par with Flex Steel in terms of quality. They're all American made, and they are priced to sell, baby. Talking Flipsy's Furniture, 1811 Crestwood Boulevard in Irondale, 28,000 square feet of showroom there. Highway 31 in Hoover, across from the Galleria, next to 2nd and Charles. Flipsy's Furniture is designer furniture at wholesale prices. All right, do it.
And now, it's Dixon and Vining's top 3 things you need to know.
Well, Birmingham police been busy investigating a shooting. This took place last week that left 3 people injured. Five teens have now been arrested in the Thursday shooting. A 15-year-old boy sustained critical injuries, and a woman had non-life-threatening injuries. A third person, which was one of the suspects, was driven to the hospital in a private vehicle. 2 19-year-olds, an 18-year-old, and a 16-year-old have all been charged in the shooting. Wow, 5 teens involved in a shooting, and we've got 3 people who are injured. And again, one of them is one of the suspects. But this is just crazy that we've got kids running around this city shooting one another for whatever reason. We don't really have the details as to what led up to this, but probably some kind of argument or disagreement, or somebody disrespected somebody, and here we go again.
Yep. That's the only way to respond, by the way, in case you were wondering at home, kids. If somebody disrespects you, pull out a gun and shoot them. That's the only possible response. The idea of just walking away, shrugging your shoulders, saying, all right, that's his opinion, that's just not possible. You absolutely, positively must attack them with deadly force if possible and ruin both your life and the life of that person's family.
I mean, think about how many lives were probably touched by this incident.
Absolutely.
And when
There's
you
a
have,
lot of kids.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids and a lot of injuries, and and I think about that South Side shooting. It's like these people just have no idea how far the tentacles go about what you do and the decision that you make that changes the person that's been shot, you're thinking about them first,
Mm-hmm.
but you as the shooter, your life is forever changed.
Yep.
You're going to probably go to prison for a long time if you are charged with this murder or attempted murder or manslaughter, whatever it may be.
And
Life
5
forever
years from now,
changed.
5 years from now, when you're still in the Hooskow, and they say, "What are you in for?" You say, "I don't even remember."
It'll
you know
be
what?
just like that.
I mean,
Oblivion.
I shot a guy. Well, what did he do? What did he say? I don't even. It was 5 years ago. I don't even remember. Like, really? Okay. So important enough to shoot a guy over, but you can't remember it 5 years later. That's how sad this is.
It's incredibly sad, and I don't know how you change it, but sure wish that we could figure it out.
Starts
and
with the
do it.
parents.
Yeah, it does. President Trump has said that Iran has agreed to no nuclear weapons. Well, for a few seconds there.
Uh-huh.
And at the same time, the Iranian president submitted his letter of resignation, but then they said, no, he hasn't submitted his letter of resignation. Well, the president said that he had submitted his letter of resignation, and now it sounds like some other government officials are like, we're not letting him resign.
Mm-hmm.
So which is it? We don't really know the answer to that.
Mm.
A report goes on to say that fractions with the Islamic Revolutionary Guard have taken control of some of the key affairs. So who's running the kitchen? We can't quite figure this out. Now, Donald Trump and his cabinet and others in his administration probably have a little bit better handle on this. They're trying to figure this out. Meanwhile, we find out that the U.S. military has very quietly coordinated passage of about 70 commercial vessels through the Strait of Hormuz. What they did was they turned off their transponders and kind of, we're going to sneak through here.
Mm-hmm.
This ginormous ship, you guys just go through, turn your transponder off, and we'll get you through. And they did this with 70 of these vessels. Pretty amazing.
Very
quiet. Wasky Wabbit. Over the last 3 weeks, that's pretty amazing. Let's keep that going.
Yeah, if possible.
Yeah.
I'd say that'd be a good idea. Plus, it's kind of hard for Iran to do anything about it because they don't really have the Navy necessary to track these guys down. But look, Donald Trump, he keeps saying this, and I understand that there's a negotiating aspect to this, so it's not lost on me that they know what he's saying over there. So when he says something like, I've got all day, I'm not in a hurry, this isn't a big deal, blah, blah, blah. We, the American people, are like, dude, you said this would be over in 60 days. Remember that? You said it was 90. It's been 90 now. It was all of March, all of April, all of May. We're at the 90-day mark. What's the scoop? What's the deal? When is this going to get wrapped up? Well, he's just trying to squeeze Iran with the blockage there, keeping the oil there, them getting no money whatsoever.
The economy,
and draining.
the economy's awful there.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, they don't really seem to care, do they?
They don't.
They seem to be putting up with that just fine. They're going to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with no bread.
Well, and probably those that are in those leadership positions are living off of prime rib and a great wine and whatever else they need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the rest of the Iranian people are like, hey, we don't have enough food and water and just the basics.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little bit of what's going on
They're
there.
eating sand.
See what he did there?
Mm-hmm.
I see what you did there. This is exciting news for another side of our city, the Irondale side of the city. There are a lot of people that like to shop at Sam's or Costco or things like that, the big box stores. Costco is very popular over in Hoover. It has become way overcrowded. They really need a second store, and it looks like we're getting a little bit closer to that. Some of the talk was there in Irondale, and Costco officials say they finalized an agreement this past Friday. That location is supposed to be off 459, very near where the Mercedes-Benz of Birmingham is located, and will be a 152,000 square foot warehouse, including one of those self-service gas stations. You guys will enjoy that as well. But about a year ago, they started this discussion. Then they talked about where it might go. Now we know that. And so we're a little further along on signing this agreement. And once the agreement is finalized, then they'll start doing all the things they need to do to build this new structure.
Blasting.
A little blasting.
They're going to be blasting.
They talked about blasting.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to talk to the nearby residents in some of the neighborhoods where some of this blasting is going to be going on.
They darn well better,
They need to.
or there's going to be trouble.
There will be trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, congratulations. I don't know, how far out we're looking, but another year or two, we'll have a new Costco.
They
out
get
there.
that open, I will get a Costco membership.
Yeah, you should. You'll love it.
But not until they get that one.
Yeah. Well, again, the Hoover one, and I've talked with Jonathan, who works there on numerous occasions. I'm like, this is getting really crazy. You kind of have to pick the time that you go, be strategic about it. Because if you pick one of those prime times, A, parking is just a nightmare. Secondly, it's just like you get a little frustrated in the store.
Strategery.
Yeah. Wait till like 30 minutes before they close. Go. There's no one in there now. Or a Tuesday at like 1 o'clock.
Oh,
you know?
you got 1 o'clock. Oh, that's the worst time to be at Sam's Club, I can tell you that.
Well, not at Costco, man. There's a couple of days if you know when to go, it's not too bad. But you pick Saturday at 11 o'clock or Saturday at 2 o'clock.
No.
I mean, you were just asking for punishment.
Oh, yeah. You're going to be there a while.
Like, you better put on your patient panties, as I say.
Back of lunch.
That's right.
That's what I say. All right. Is that it? Was that
That's
three?
it. That's
That was
three. Yes, sir. All done. There you go.
I should pay closer attention.
Yeah, thanks for listening to the show, Richard. I appreciate it. Your name is on the door.
Which show?
Uh-huh.
8:16 with Dixon and Vining on Talk 99.5 and Talk995.com. The Alabama Men's Clinic listens to you better than I listen to Valerie. When you go in and you say, I'm sluggish, I'm dragging, I'm just not quite hitting on all cylinders here, what seems to be the problem? Well, they are going to check you out for your testosterone level. They will take your blood, and they will come back before the end of your visit and have a number for you, which is great. That's what we call a loss leader in the industry. They are losing money on that test. It's $99 for you to go in, initial consultation, and they come back with not just that answer, but a couple of others for you. And then they'll say, here's what we can do to get your testosterone level back up to where it needs to be. And they do have a variety of options, which is great. They can also help you with your ED if you're struggling with that. Weight loss, hair loss, GLP-1s, peptides. They do all kinds of stuff. They treat the whole person. It's powered by Men's Pro. And it is urology-backed medicine. So they've got real doctors on the scene, ready, willing, and able to help the whole you. I love that about them. That is the Alabama Men's Clinic, 598-7000, online at alabamamensclinic.com. 821, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. I had a pleasant hour and change yesterday watching the Dukes of September live at the Lincoln Center. It was from 2012.
Did you like it?
It was great.
Yeah?
My TV suggested it to me, which is a little
love
frightening
that.
when the TV is like, we think you might like this. I'm like, well, you bet you're right. Let's click on that and see what happens.
And boom.
And yeah, it was, you got that guy, Boz Skaggs, and Michael McDonald, and the half of Steely Dan, Donald Fagen.
Okay.
Yeah, Donald Fagen.
Mm-hmm.
Walter Becker was, he was
Walter.
not there. But they each did, kind of their own songs, and then they did songs that they were inspired by growing up, and it was great stuff. Really, really impressive. About an hour and 10 minutes or so. It was on YouTube.
Well worth it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I already subscribed to YouTube. I already pay the 20 whatever month so that they don't, me, Mr. First Class.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Of course.
Mhm.
We're reminded again.
Absolutely.
I love that. Not on everything, though, Richard.
No,
No.
not on everything.
Like on an airplane.
Yeah.
That's good first class.
I'm good. I'm ready to go, unless,
Uh-huh.
of course, it's, that flight to Phoenix.
Mhm.
You're flying
You don't want that.
Southwest,
Mm-hmm.
and you're packed into that tiny little seat
No,
between two
thank you.
400-pound people.
Isn't that fun?
No.
Well, at least now, you can, it's not free seating. It's just,
Yeah.
you get assigned a seat.
They assign them.
That's nice.
Yeah, if you say
I
so.
think there's some Southwest people that don't like it. I kind of like having an assigned seat.
I don't mind having an assigned seat. I always want that one right there by the emergency door.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little extra leg room.
Like by the window
Yeah,
or the one by the aisle?
I'm good with the one by the
Either
window.
or? Okay.
The only problem is that then they ask you, like, are you ready and willing to help in case of an emergency? And you have to lie. It's terrible. You're like, yeah, okay, I'll help. Sure. You won't. That door's out and I'm gone. Forget
It freaks me out a little bit, because we've seen how panels or the windows have and sucks that person right out. I think I'd rather be in the aisle seat.
All right, you be in the aisle seat.
Thank you.
I'll be over there
On
in
the
window seat.
emergency
Enjoy.
exit on the aisle seat.
Alrighty then.
A little more extra leg room.
I don't know who's going to be
It's
between
kinda
us.
nice.
Oh, maybe John Bird.
Maybe that girl I was sitting with that was eating that whole sub sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of
Stinking
fun.
the whole plane up.
With onions.
Nice.
She had onions on
Love it.
And then started picking them off. And I was like, oh, God, I think I'm going to die.
This is a Friday show we're doing on a
I know,
Monday.
sorry,
How
I
is this
don't know what
possible?
it
What
is.
is it? You're just drifting
Well,
here.
I think it's like because it's June 1st. We're summer.
Oh, that's
it's
it.
Hot.
Yes, that explains it.
It's hot.
There
When
you
we
go.
get hot, we're like,
Yes. Let's use the date as an excuse for having a misguided show. I like it.
And you won't even be here Friday.
No, I will not.
Oh, wait till this Friday.
Thursday's
Man,
show is going to be lit.
You just cannot. I mean, y'all get ready for Friday. It's going to be off the chain.
All righty then.
Me and my guest host.
Substitute.
My substitute.
All right.
For
You're
you.
gonna have class outside?
Maybe.
That'd be good.
If the weather's
You
nice
should do
enough.
that.
That's not a bad idea. Take it on the road somewhere.
Why not?
Mm-hmm. I tell you what, I'm loving, and I hear about it because we get to talk with these guys and see these guys quite a bit. And I'm talking about Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group. They were at our Jawbone Jam, all set up and giving away a TV, and they're just great guys. This is about a financial plan. Don't glaze over at that because it's one of those things in life that you really, really ought to consider. And maybe working with Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group. They're happy to help you out if you're young and just starting out, don't have a lot of money, not a problem. That's what's great about Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group. Middle of life, somewhere in your 40s, maybe your upper 50s, early 60s, and you're like, oh, I really hadn't put this together. What am I going to do? And do I have things in the right place? It's important to get a customized plan put together so you really do have kind of a roadmap financially of where you're going because there's a lot of things that go into a retirement. It's not just like, do I have my money in the right stocks and bonds? And do I have things? It's about health insurance. It's about when to take your Social Security, how to take your Social Security. It's about taxes. It's all the things that maybe you don't have time to worry with. And that's why you let Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group put this all together because these guys are so good at it. They do it every single day. So get in touch with them today and don't put it off. Go ahead and get that plan put together today. TheKnowlesGroup.com. It's Knowles. Once again, here's the website, TheKnowlesGroup.com.
Well, Jill Biden is tossing Kamala Harris under the bus in her new memoir, which comes out tomorrow. In the book, she accuses Harris of acting like a courtroom prosecutor in her insistence that President Joe Biden immediately endorse her for the 2024 Democratic presidential nomination after he ended his own campaign for a second term.
He didn't end it. He got shoved out.
He did. He very much got
Totally
shoved out.
shoved out.
I'm still a little in the dark about exactly how that happened because I know that there were people out there who were like, Joe, you got to go, you got to go, you got to go. And I don't know if did they
Ask
threaten to
Jill.
25th Amendment him or what.
Yeah.
I mean, Jill wanted to stay, I guarantee you.
Mm-hmm.
She liked the
Well,
power, she liked
and
the
you can tell.
prestige.
You can tell now, and now that she's able to understand that her husband was not in very good shape, decides to tell us that during the debate that she thought he was having a stroke.
Right.
Well, that's the first we've heard of that.
Right.
Where were you during that? Why didn't you stop the debate if you thought he was having a stroke?
Good question.
What the heck is wrong with this woman?
Well, she claims, of course, that that was the first time she'd ever seen him like that, and the rest of his staff was like, "Oh, no,
Oh,
it
come
wasn't.
on.
No, it wasn't. Not by a long shot. We'd seen him like this a lot." Look, I stayed on top of the whole prep for the debate. The guy who writes Just the News, John Solomon, he's got inside sources that said essentially Biden would do a couple of questions, and then he'd tire, he'd lag, and then he'd go sit by the pool. He's like, "Let's take a break. We'll come back and do this a little more later." And then he'd come back and they'd do like one question and he'd be like, "Okay, boys, that's enough. I know how to do this. I've done this before." And everyone's like, "You really don't, Mr. President. You're
You're gonna
going
be
to
in
tank
trouble."
bad."
Mm-hmm.
And he did. I mean, he failed miserably. He was supposed to spend 3 days preparing for the debate. He actually spent 2 days, and almost none of that time was spent preparing for the debate. It was him sitting by the pool in Delaware. It was him taking
Well,
a nap.
And do you remember that they said that he's not going to be available
Yeah.
for anything because he's prepping for the debate?
Right. And he wasn't.
He was not.
He was slacking off, basically, is what the
And
problem
then
was.
they got him all jacked up and hyped up that he was good for 20 minutes, and well, not even good for 20, and then just went phew, off the deep end. Jill now claiming that she thought he was having a stroke. I'm like, you know what? If that was my loved one up there on the stage, I don't even care if it's a presidential debate. If I think they're having a stroke, we're stopping this right now.
Yeah.
I need a paramedic up here to check my loved one out right away.
That's why I don't believe she really thought he was having a stroke.
No,
she's just
she's
saying
making that up.
now. In an excerpt from her memoir that was published by USA Today, Jill recalled Joe calling Harris on July 21st, 2024, to inform her that he would be ending his bid for re-election. This came after his infamously disastrous presidential debate against Donald Trump. "Oh, my God, Joe, are you sure?" Jill claims that Harris asked Joe in response. From there, Harris reportedly wasted no time in demanding that Joe back her in her own bid for the presidency. Joe reportedly responded by suggesting they wait until the next morning. Harris, however, was not having any of it. Indeed, according to Jill, Harris argued that any delay in Joe endorsing her would open the door to mischief. It seems that Harris feared that a delay would give Democrats the opportunity to get behind someone else other than herself. "I want it sooner," Harris allegedly told Joe. "I'll call you back when I figure this out," Joe replied. "Could you do it soon? Like in 20 minutes? Harris fired back. Wow. That was when Jill says she left the room. Yeah, I mean, look, they basically screwed over the Democratic Party. Could have had an opportunity to actually go hold another little primary and maybe pick somebody that had a chance against Donald
It
Trump.
all worked out beautifully, didn't it, Richard?
It did, absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly. It was amazing. It was the best. Everybody's talking about how good that election was. 836 Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Appreciate you being here and checking us out on the web, talk995.com, or on our app. The Talk 99.5 app is a thing of beauty. It is free to download. You can carry us with you. Listen to us anytime. Check out our podcast. Take a look at us on YouTube TV. It's all right there on the app. Doesn't get much better than that. Check it out. Have you seen much about this Graham Plattner guy, the Senate candidate from Maine?
A little bit, yeah. Followed him a little bit, see what's going on, the craziness of it.
First off, has a Nazi death head tattoo on his chest that he finally covered up. He did this within the past few weeks, by the way. And he's like, well, I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't aware of what it was. You know, he's a veteran, to be fair. He's a veteran if he wanted to get a death's head tattoo and he didn't know that it was a Nazi symbol. But at some point, somebody told him, hey, that's a Nazi symbol. You probably shouldn't have that.
You know, if you're going to get something tattooed on yourself,
yeah,
do you not, I mean, it's permanent for the most part.
For the most part.
Are you not going to do the research on what it is that you're going to put on your body if you're not really sure what it is?
I think I'd like to know.
I think I'm going to make really sure that whatever that is,
it's what you want.
It's exactly right, that it's what you want.
No regrets.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not a single letter. Then you find out that he has been posting some stuff on social media. He tried to go back and take it all down, but the interweb is forever, kids.
Yeah.
And it had to do with a soldier who was in battle in Afghanistan and got shot several times. And he used all kinds of profanity and saying this guy didn't deserve to live. He did everything wrong. He's a terrible soldier, blah, blah, blah. Wow. I don't care if you are a veteran. That's really not a good thing to say, that this guy didn't deserve to live. That's really sad. Mm-hmm. That's a terrible look. Why would you even go down that road and suggest this guy was such a bad soldier? He got shot. Maybe he made a mistake. Maybe he came out from cover too soon. I don't know what he did, but I know that guy deserved to die is never a becoming thing to say about somebody who is in the military. He then had some conversations about pleasuring himself in porta-johns. Mm-hmm. That was another thing that had to be taken down.
That's lovely.
Went down.
Yeah.
And most recently, we find out that his wife is the one who told his campaign, because the campaign is like, we need to uncover any dirt about Graham Plattner before the other side gets it. His wife was like, well, how about this? He was sexting 6 other women after he and I got married. And you go, okay. But I mean, what was that? Was that 15, 20 years ago?
Recently.
2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago, he got married and was still sending sexual texts to 6 different women. Wow.
So this guy is turning out, I mean, the more, we peel the onion back, this is not a nice guy. This is not a good guy. This is not an upstanding guy. This guy should not be running. He just shouldn't. I'm
not a fan of Susan Collins, whose seat he's trying to take.
Mm-hmm.
But I will take 10 of her or 1 of her over 10 of him any day. That's just insane to me. And by the way, this guy making real progress in the polls. I mean, he could very well end up in that seat.
Well, and
that's frightening.
You vote for what you want, and if that's what these people want, then that's what you're going to get. But you're not going to be caught off guard. You're finding out what this guy is made of, what his character is,
mm-hmm.
where he is on the moral compass, so to say. If you believe in what this guy is doing and you vote him in, then you have to live with that.
It could tip the Senate to the Democrat side, which is terrible for starters. We'd all have to live with this guy then as a senator at that point, which is very disturbing. And we'd have to put Jared Hudson in to offset him. That's the only way that we can really do this.
It's true. Yeah.
Not picking on Barry Moore. That was just a joke. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know how we end up with these winners in some of these campaigns. I realize that when you are running for something, they try to break out the worst of everything about you and put it on display for all to see.
And that's why a lot of people won't run.
Yeah.
Because they know that.
Ugh. I can't even imagine what they dig up about me. I can't. I'm no thank you.
Well, none of us are perfect. Everybody has something in their past, and if this is the way that it goes, and maybe this guy is just like, here it is. I got this on. I got this tattoo. Yes, I did this. Yes, I did that. Yes, I said that about a veteran, right or wrong, but it's all out. I mean, is this everything, or is there worse? Is there more that we don't know?
Look, I was surprised that we suddenly got this revelation about the sexting. I was kind of like, whoa. I thought everything there was to know about this guy was already out there. Apparently not. So,
Maybe they're going to dig a little deeper and find more.
I wouldn't be surprised. Susan Collins is not a great candidate. She's sort of Casper Milquetoast. She's just laying there. Now, I'm sure up in Maine she's running nonstop political ads that are like, Susan Collins fought for this and fought for that and did wonderful things for you. Rest of us around the country are looking at it going, and she's down by 3 points in the latest poll. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. People are tired of Susan Collins. I think they're tired of these career politicians. If there had been a better viable choice in the primary than Susan Collins, I would have hoped that the people of Maine would have picked it, because she has just worn out her welcome, in my opinion. I'm sick of her. I'm sick of Lisa Murkowski. I'm sick of the usual suspects.
Well, because it's always those few that are teeter-totter on some of these issues. And it's like, why are you not on the same page? Why do we go through this every time with them?
Yeah. Here's my litmus test, okay? I want to ask every Republican senator, are you in favor of passing the Save America Act? And by the time I get to the word, the C in the word act, I expect them to say yes. I want to hear that they should ride over the top of that question with their affirmative. You ask Susan Collins or Lisa Murkowski or the guy who's not going to be there any longer, John Cornyn.
There's going to be hesitation.
There's a long pause.
Yeah.
Well, there's some things about it. No. It's very simple, very straightforward. You have to prove that you are a citizen to register to vote, and you have to have a photo ID when you show up to vote. That's it. That's all there is to it. I followed somebody's path on X as they went to see how difficult is it, because she was like, I had to get my marriage license, I had to get my birth certificate. She said all of this was done while I was doing my job and taking care of my family. She said it took 11 days altogether. But if I had just focused on it like a laser beam and just done nothing but that, it would have been more like 5 days. So this idea that it's so difficult or that it can't be done is ludicrous. It's not making things harder. It's making things safer and more secure.
Sure is what we want in those elections.
And they love to say, well, there's no evidence that there's that there's any sort of cheating. There's loads of evidence.
Even if there isn't, let's just say there isn't any.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say there's zero, which is there's no way. That's impossible. There's some form of that.
Mm-hmm.
What would be wrong with doing this anyways?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
That would be my question to him. Okay, if you don't think if you think that we're at a level of zero cheating on either side of the aisle or in any election, still, what would be the problem with making sure that you have a valid driver's license or some form of identification that you're a U.S. citizen and here's my ID, I'm here to vote? What's wrong with that?
There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. And there's a group of people out there who are bound and determined to stop it from happening.
No, it's all to cheat.
Yeah.
There's no other. If you're doing something to hinder that, you're all about cheating. There's no two ways about it. Otherwise, what's the answer? What is their answer to? I don't want to have to show an ID to vote.
Well, they make it too hard to vote.
That doesn't make it hard. It's super simple.
It's incredibly hard.
Everybody's like, "We'll get you an ID."
You're disenfranchising African Americans.
Oh no, now that's insulting.
They don't know how to
to
get their own IDs. They can't do it. African American women can't get their marriage licenses either. Yeah.
That's so insulting.
It is insulting, and you should be ashamed of yourself if that's what you're saying and that's what you're selling. I mean, as I've mentioned multiple times, way back when we had 1056, HB 1056, and they broke out suddenly you had to have a driver's license to vote, voter ID. You had AL.com, I think it was AL.com at the time, said, we're going to go find some people who don't have IDs. We're going to go find them. This is going to be a front page story. I mean, they inserted themselves into the story and went looking for people without IDs.
Because they were so sure of what they were saying without doing any research.
They found two.
That was it.
They found two.
And
both of
people.
them were allowed to put forth ballots, what do they call them? The provisional ballots. Yeah, they were able to put forth a provisional ballot, and each one's vote ended up being counted once they were able to prove they were who they said they were. So that was a failed experiment on the part of AL.com. And yet if you go and you ask them, you're still going to find every one of the people over there are like, nope, this is terrible, and nobody can do it. It's bad. It's wrong. Oh, stop it.
Really?
I'm not sure if you really believe that or if you're just useful idiots. I'm not sure. 846 with Dixon and Vining on Talk 99.5. I want to tell you about this roofing company that I have recently discovered. They've been around for a while. HHM Roofing. Okay? Now, the thing about HHM Roofing is that they are 1,000% honest and straightforward. They are transparent as the day is long, which is really important. Because when you're dealing with something like your roof, what do you know about roofing? You don't know anything about roofing, do you? I know I don't know anything about roofing. I've actually roofed a home, and I still don't feel like I know much about the actual process involved or what goes into it. These guys are going to walk you through the process every step of the way. They're going to show you exactly what it is they're going to be doing. They're going to be explaining the cost to you. There's nothing I hate more than these people who just wait and wait and wait. You can actually go get a look at what it could cost you to get your roof redone by HHM, or you can do it right there on their website. It's hhmroofs.com, hhmroofs.com. Go visit them there, or you can pick up the phone and you can call them if you're so inclined. I'll give you their number in mere moments. They're great folks. They're going to treat you right every step of the way. Guarantees that you can't believe. Their work is second to none. Nothing but 5-star reviews online. I've been waiting for a roofer like this so I could tell you about them, and I'm glad that we finally have one. Here's their phone number, 396-7077. 396-7077, okay? 396-7077. That's the phone number. But, hhmroofs.com. Go find that there, and then you can go to their estimator and get an automatic, instant estimate on what it would cost to redo your roof in whatever style you like. hhmroofs.com. 848, back in a flash. Well, Billy Preston, 8:52. Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Rain in the offing today. They say some of it could be severe. They said that last Friday as well. You know what I got? I got a gully washer for about 15 minutes, a lot of water in a very short period of time, and then it was over.
That
No
was
thunder,
it.
no
Mhm.
lightning, no nothing.
Wow.
That was Friday. Saturday, it rained every
Sorry,
day at
car
this time.
horn going
Every
off.
day at this time. What is it?
I
What
don't
is
know.
the story? I need answers. So Saturday, I was out of town when the rain came. I was in a very nice section of the state, which was beautiful and sunny and hot as hell. But apparently the rain fell on my house while I was away. And then Sunday, I got absolutely nothing. So after all of this whole, it's going to rain all weekend and it's going to ruin your plans and it's going to be a nightmare and you're going to hate every second of it. Nope. Not at my place.
Rained Saturday morning at the house,
Mhm.
and then yesterday, like around 4,
Okay.
just poured.
Hmm.
Like got an inch of rain in like 20 minutes.
I could have used that.
It was impressive.
I don't know. We'll see. Today they say it's going to be happening, and
A little bit later on.
yeah, mostly northwest corner of the state is where they're in that 2 out of 5 zone. We're in the 1 out of 5 zone, so I think we'll be okay.
But it's beautiful out there this morning. Enjoy it. Sunshine.
Lee or Nancy? Why do we have people that have 2 different texting? Is it like
Maybe they share a phone. I
couples
don't know.
sharing a cell phone?
Yeah.
How sad.
They're retired. They're
This is
home. They
sad,
share.
really?
They don't. They just need one phone.
I
They don't
worry
leave the
about you
house.
people.
They hang out at the house.
It's
I don't
another like
know.
$25 to get another line. Come on, get with the program, people.
Well, the
are you
phone
doing?
costs some money, though, Richard.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Another $25, really. Plus the cost of the
yeah,
phone.
the cost of the phone is what gets you.
You're using a jitterbug flip phone anyway. You're
Jitterbug?
old people.
Really?
The jitterbug flip phone.
You know, the flip
that?
phone's
Yeah.
coming back.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Very attractive. It's a good look. You know what else I like is that case, the one that you wear on your
hip?
belt. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
You
very.
seen that
also
picture in my
very
office
attractive.
of us when beepers were popular? Somebody said, I don't know, it was Molly. Somebody walked in and said, hey, this old picture of you playing golf with these other guys, what's that on your hip?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's a beeper. And they were like, a what?
Uh-huh.
I said, a beeper.
Beeper.
I was like, what am I doing with a beeper on my hip playing golf? Like, what do I think I'm going to do? There's no cell phone.
No,
I'm
apparently
going to take the
yeah.
golf cart back
Right.
into the clubhouse.
You'd have to make a
go
run for it.
6 holes back to the clubhouse to
Right.
make a call.
Oh, they give you the, they put the number of the station down, and then 911, which
Right.
is
Oh,
it's
it
an
was
emergency.
always a 911.
Always a 911, and then you
I'm
call, and they're like, "We're ordering pizza. What do you want?"
Right.
What?
That was crazy.
Don't do that.
What's I wearing that thing for?
Lee or Nancy says AL.com is no longer a news source. Their primary purpose is money. Now, even the restaurant scores are behind the paywall. Useless.
All right. So, and I need to know, Lee or Nancy,
Mm-hmm.
are we confused about what your name is, or is it both of you? And we're not sure which one is texting.
Mm-hmm.
Could you help us out, Lee and Nancy?
Give
on
us a
that?
hint. Give us a hint.
Give us some clarity on what's going on there.
Given the fact that it's Lee or Nancy, I feel like it's somebody with multiple personalities.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Otherwise, it'd be
This
Lee
is,
and Nancy, wouldn't it? I would think.
Sally Fields is
Both of them.
listening to the station this morning.
Ooh.
Oh,
What was the name of that show?
I don't know. That
was
movie
a
was
good
so
one.
disturbing.
That movie, yeah.
What was it? She
Sybil?
was-
Sybil, that's
She
right.
had 8 personalities
Oh,
or
God.
9, whatever.
Scary.
Ooh.
That was
Great job.
that was the.
You know how hard it is to pull that off, acting?
I
I couldn't even imagine.
No.
doing that.
But we like her. We actually like her. So we really
Sybil
really
or
like her.
Sally Field?
Oh, just one of the Sybil characters. We don't care for the rest of them, but we like her. She's okay.
Weird.
Let's see. Joe Biden. I was the primary caregiver for an elderly relative with cognitive decline and dementia, says McGee. As I watched Joe Biden's behavior during 4 years, I knew Joe Biden did not have an occasional bad day or stutter. He was in serious decline. Yeah,
Yeah, I think most of us did, but
no question.
everybody on the left just wanted to
Mm-hmm.
prop him up. And I mean, we said it a couple of times. It's like, that is just abusive to somebody that doesn't really understand their cognitive decline.
Uh-huh.
That's what spouses are for. That's what good friends. That's what your doctor does. Instead, they just kept propping him up. Like, this is terrible. This is elder abuse. What they did to him.
And it was really Jill Biden that caused the problem.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
she
think
was
so,
the one
too.
really that was, yeah, she was the problem.
Mm.
And then she was upset that, they managed to get him to drop out. Lee or Nancy says, that is my first and middle name.
Oh, so it's not or.
It's not Lee or Nancy. It's
So-
or maybe it is. Maybe Nancy is her last name. It's Lee
So,
or Nancy. I'm
okay,
not
more
sure.
clarity.
Yeah.
Do you want to be called Lee
Uh-huh.
or Nancy.
Uh-huh.
And if you're Nancy, it's not spelled L-E-E, I wouldn't imagine. It's spelled Lee as
Could
the
be
girl Lee.
L-E-I-G-H. League.
And Nancy's like, God, I got to text him again.
Uh-huh. You know what? Delete. We'll just remove
No, we don't want to delete you. We just want to get it
deleting
right so
her.
we're not sitting here going Lee
We
or
wouldn't
Nancy.
do that.
Like Fran and Ken, who are now texted in. Same thing.
Mm-hmm. We want some answers.
They're responding.
Husband and I both have our own smartphones, but for some reason, my first text to you, I did add my husband's name because we both wanted to respond to the topic. Have a wonderful day. Love you. That's Fran and Ken.
Oh, that's very
But
funny.
it's Fran who's actually seeing this.
It's Fran. So-
Lee or Nancy is, yes, it is. Yeah, that's both is what my parents called me. So they called you Lee or Lee Nancy. Lee Nancy.
This is very confusing.
Time for
this
supper.
morning. It's just Fran. Laugh out loud. She's saying, all right, we're going to take Ken off of this then, okay?
Please
just
do.
Put Fran.
You have the power.
Let's get this right.
Mhm.
Call these people correctly what their first name is.
Exactly.
Okay. Saved. No more husband.
Awfully sorry about
Yeah.
that. Here's just a winner of a human being. Guy was charged after throwing kittens out of his moving car on I-65. It was near the Lakeshore area.
Awful.
This happened on Saturday at 1 p.m., May the 30th. They got multiple calls regarding a person who was throwing kittens out of their car. All 6 of the kittens that were thrown out of the car ended up being hit by other vehicles
Oh,
and
my gosh.
killed. Yeah, sad but true. Anyway, they got this guy, and he's now in custody, and $15,000 bond. 21-year-old Thomas Ronald Lecione. What the hell are you thinking, man?
Thomas,
what kind of a
why?
horrible human being do you have to be to say, I'm going to throw these kittens out?
There's so many things you
onto
could
the
have done
interstate.
right with these kittens.
Yeah.
This was not.
This was not one of them.
This was horrible what you did.
Absolutely the wrong way to handle the situation, and I hope they put you under the jail, but they probably won't because for some reason we never really treat animal abuse the way it should be treated, in my opinion. You know, when I hear about somebody doing horrible things to dogs or whatever, dog fighting or whatever, I'm always like, good, let's put them away for 20 years. Oh, they got 8 months. 8 months? That's not cool.
Well, it's maybe up to us to get the laws changed.
Maybe so, but you know me. I like most dogs more than I like really any people. I like all dogs better. You could actually put me with an attack Rottweiler, and I'd be like,
Whoa.
still better than hanging out with people.
That took a turn.
Yeah, I'd be like, come here, boy. I'll show you a thing or two. By the time you come back, I have him fetching. Dogs like me.
I love you.
True. It's 9 o'clock. Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. You, of course, are always welcome to chime in, especially if you have 2 names on your account.
It's a special day for you all.
545-9950.